All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network. I am Richard Hurst, and tonight we are with the Asphalt Outlaws Racing League. And tonight we got a special race, special treat for you, the Monster Mile. Definitely an interesting track as these cars can get loose coming out of turn number 4 and or get tight depending on how the track conditions are as they go throughout the race. But tonight we are going to have 138 laps with a stage break at lap number 40. It's going to be about noon at the time that they are going to be racing. 67 degrees Fahrenheit, clear with about 47% humidity. This is a fixed setup, and they're going to have about 70% fuel, 4 sets of tires, and for the hardest charger of tonight's race, they are going to win 5 buckaroos, so they are going to be able to hit that dollar menu at McDonald's or Wendy's or wherever they like to go eat, or whatever they want to spend that $5 on. They will win that $5. All right, well, let's take a look at our points, and it looks like Joe Yakes is going to be on the top spot. It looks like Dougie Higgins, he is going to be sitting right there in second. You got Bill Hales, he's going to be sitting in third. Danny Banfield, he is going to be sitting in fourth. Now, he is going to be locked in. He does have a win this season. Eric Higdahl is going to be sitting fifth. Michael Miller sitting in sixth. Jesse Wise sitting in seventh. Haas Beverly sitting in eighth. We have Jesse Callaway sitting in ninth. 10th, we're going to have Evan Schilling. Clinton Woodby is going to be sitting in 11th. 12th is going to be Jody Banfield and Mike Woods in 13th. 14th is going to belong to Mark Beverly, and it looks like John Herbert is going to be sitting in 14th. 15th. And that's going to wrap up your top 15 in points. It looks like everybody is getting ready to go out on the track and get a qualifying lap in. It looks like Haas Beverly is going to be on the track as of right now. Let's go ahead and tune in to see how he is making out around this racetrack. Now, if I do believe I had a little bit of problems with the audio, so at the intros. So let me know, make sure the audio is coming through. It's giving me an indicator that it is, but we got 6 viewers out there on the chat. Appreciate y'all stopping by and joining me this evening. All right, looks like Michael Miller is going to be out there on the track also. There he is in that Napa Know-How Chevrolet. Or excuse me, Toyota, not Chevrolet. From a distance, it looked like a Chevrolet. That number 77, he is trying to put in a blazing fast lap. So far, he is sitting on the pole, but those lap times are subject to change as everybody puts in their lap time. We got about 23 drivers here tonight, so it can be anybody's ball game. And already, Jody Banfield, he is going to take over. Now Prince, he is going to take over also. So these lap times are so close that they are changing. Look, 3 100ths of a second, 4 107, 9 100ths of a second, and then back to Miller in fifth. It's going to be 1/10 of a second. So very close times here in qualifying, but we still got plenty more to qualify. So don't think that's they're done just yet. Did watch a few laps of practice. I was a little late getting in, but I did watch a little bit of practice, and it looks like some of these cars were getting a little bit loose, hitting that outside wall. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But right now we are with Patrick Baldwin Jr. He is going to be out there in that red, white, and blue number 7 Ford Mustang. I actually love that. Anything painted with the stars and stripes is always one of my favorites. And that's the folds of honor on the side of his car. And I am not in the broadcast booth. Let me jump up to the broadcast booth, make sure everything is good up there. I believe so. And let's go. Well, hopefully everybody is enjoying the start of the weekend. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Grab that cold beverage, grab your favorite seat in the house, and let's watch some great racing here tonight. Like I said, we got 138 laps. Now that could go quick, or it could take a little bit, depending on how these cars react and how many cautions that we have. But it looks like I think these guys know how to handle these race cars around this monster mile. Will it pick up and chew up some of these cars? Absolutely, but I believe we'll be all right. I'm going to estimate at least, let's see, we have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to say 20 drivers left at the end of the race. That's my prediction. Maybe not everybody is going to be able to make it, but I'm going to say at least 20 drivers. Jesse Wise is going to be out there on the track. I'm making a lap of his own. Let's see how he is going to do in that 69 Coolers Toyota Supra. Not going to say the name on that on stream. But we'll see if we can put the track map up for you. There he is coming across the start-finish line. He is going to come into turn number 1, and we will take a ride with him and look how he is handling this race car. He is going to be all the way down to the bottom and coming out of turn number 2. He is going to drift it all the way up to the wall, get as close to that wall without touching. Coming into 3 and 4, he is going to redline it, going to be off that gas. He's going to ride this one a little bit higher, and he's going to point the nose of that car down low and come out pretty much straight on to the front stretch. So what a good run that was. As far as making a lap around Dover, that was a pretty good lap by Jesse Wise. May not have been the fastest lap, but it may be a consistent lap, because tonight is going to be all about who can put in the most consistent laps and save the most tires. All right, qualifying is all done, and we are going to take a look at our lineup here for this evening, and it looks like Hegdahl is going to be able to take the pole. You're going to have Banfield starting to his outside. Row 2, you're going to have Higgins. You're going to have Prince. You're going to, in row 3, you're going to have Banfield and Schilling. Row number 4, you're going to have Michael Miller and Dylan Pass. Row number 5 is going to be Clinton Woodby and Nicholas Lawrence. Row number 6 is going to be Patrick Baldwin and Jesse Wise. 7th is going to be Mark Beverly and Roger Strickland. Haas Beverly and Patton is going to be in row number 8. Row number 9 is going to be Mike Woods and Joe Yakes. And last but not least, and to finish up, that is going to be Bill Hales is going to be starting in the 10th position. Excuse me, 10th row, 20th position. Michael Newman is going to be in 21st. LePage, he is going to be starting 22nd, and 23rd is going to belong to Tyler Beverly, and Reinhall is going to be in 24th. So 24 drivers are going to be starting here tonight. They're going to put it in a little bit of warm-up. They're going to have about 3 minutes of warm-up. And so we will go ahead and see if we got any sponsors that we can throw a side-by-side up for. All right, while we have a second, I'm going to have to go in, and I know I do have audio, but I cannot hear it, so it might be either too loud or too quiet. So just give me a moment. I'm going to see if I can work with that in just a second. I mean, it's, to me, as long as y'all can hear it, it's not important, but I just don't want it to drown anything out. And let's see. Am I going to get that screen? Okay, that screen does not want to pop up, so we may have a little bit of issue there, but we got about a minute and a half left of the warm-up. All right, about 18 seconds until we go green flag racing. Some of these guys are still putting in a few laps. They're going to get all they can out. Dover, like I said, no matter how many times you've been around Dover, you never know how this track is going to be acting. Or as of right now, Woodby has the fastest lap in practice or in this little warm-up. But the white flag is out for the warm-up. They are going to be finishing up, and oh, he's going to lose it. And we didn't get to see the finale of that little incident, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and grid up, and Eric Hagdahl is going to be on the pole. They are loading into pit road because there they go. There they are. But there we go. I got camera control now that everybody is on pit road. Six viewers out there, appreciate y'all stopping by. We're getting ready to go green flag racing for 138 laps here at Dover's, the Monster Mile. All right, Hagdahl going to be starting on the inside. You got the four Banfield. He is going to be starting on the outside. Now we'll see who is going to have the preferred lane, or which one the leader is going to choose to go to as soon if he can get out front of that number 4. I believe they are going to want the high line, going into the turn so they can get a good arc on into turn number 1. So. But we're still going to see a lot of side-by-side racing, and we are getting ready to go green flag racing. Here they come out of turn at number 4. Geico restart zone, and the green flag is out, and our green flag is presented by the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, proud sponsor of the Asphalt Outlaws Racing. All right, let's go back to our. Don't want to forget to go back to full screen. Forgot that the other night, and we stayed on the green flag screen for a few laps. But looks like Dylan Pass, he is going to try to make a move on the bottom, and that is going to be for the 10th position. But that 92, that Winning Bid Diecast number 92, he is already going to make a move. He is going to get past Dylan Pass. and he is going to work himself to the bottom. There he is, right there behind Evan Schillings. He is going to be trying to make moves really early, and we will see this. But the more moves they are going to make, the tires are going to wear out. And here they come down the front stretch, and it is going to be a 2x2 battle, and that is going to be the 92 of Clint Woodby, and he has got the 8 of Nicholas Lawrence. He is going to be right there on the bottom trying to make a move, and that's going to be that Mountain Chevrolet Camaro. He's going to try to tuck it in. Not going to have the runoff of coming off of turn number 2. And they are going to be 3 wide coming into turn number 3. Oh, the 92 almost got the 3, almost clipped his nose, but he is going to have a good run off of turn number 4. And he is going to have that 8 still on the inside coming into turn number 1. And it looks like the 69 and the 13 of Mark Beverly, they are going to be side by side as they come in and out of turn number 2. That is a really good battle, but looks like Mark Beverly was able to get around that 69 of Jesse Wise. 3 is going to look to counter that move on the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. Ooh, that car is going to get really tight coming out of that corner very low, but he was able to hold that due to those fresh tires. And we got somebody blinking in and out. That's why the camera moved. Sorry about that. But out front is going to be a 0.2 of a second lead that Higdal has over Higgins Jr. But Higgins Jr. is coming. He's got a little bit of draft. You do have a little bit of draft at this track, but it's not going to be enough to really suck up to the back bumper. So you can get a little bit of make up a little bit of ground with that draft, but you're not going to make up a lot due to the shorter front stretch and back stretch. And it looks like we got Melvin Young out there saying, let's go. Sorry, it's got half of that cut off. Let me extend that out just a little bit. Let's go, Clinton. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let's go back and see if we can find a few battles. And as of right now, the biggest mover is going to be this guy right here. That is going to be David Taylor. He is going to be riding around in the 12th position, now up 8 positions, and he has got that Toyota Supra rolling in the wind and making some moves here early on. You got Haas Beverly right here in front of him. He's going to be up 4 positions in that number 22 Chevrolet Camaro. He is up 4 positions, riding around in 11th, and you got a few others that are going to be up about 4 or 5, but that David Taylor, he is going to be the biggest mover. Going back up front, it looks like we're going to have a battle for the lead at any moment. Now there is only a 1/10 of a second separating first and second, and then you have that high point Ford Mustang. He is going to be right there. That's going to be Jody Banfield. He is going to be looking to make some moves here if he can get the door opening. Not going to get it going into turn number 1 and out of turn number 2. We have our first caution, and that is going to be back there, maybe with the 27th. That's going to be Caleb Patton. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to him. There is that number 27, and he is got some steering issues, and it looks like he is going to turn that car right on around, possibly by himself. Let's go back and take a look. Let's go ahead and go full speed. Oh, yes, hard lick to the outside safer barrier wall, and yeah, so that's going to bring out our first caution. Well, is pit road going to be busy this early? You know, they have 4 sets of tires, 138 laps. I don't know if it's going to be that busy, but we may see some guys maybe come in here, top off with a little bit of fuel. Not exactly sure, but I think they're going to save those tires for the longer runs. Oh, we got a problem with the looks like the 92 back here. He was on the apron. He gets it back up and going. Clinton going to be riding around in the 7th position. That's who Melvin Young is out here rooting for. Appreciate you stopping by, Melvin. Always love the, I always like to see, people out there rooting for their favorite driver. Gives them a little bit of hype because most of these drivers actually do listen to the broadcast, and if they know they got somebody out there rooting for them, they're going to do their best. Not saying they don't do their best without people out there rooting for them, but they try to put on a really good show for their fans or supporters. Well, not a lot of takers down pit road. You had the 45 of Beverly and the 3 of Prince and Rick LePage back here. They look like they just came out of pit road, so they may have took some tires. They may have took a little bit of go-go juice, but we're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing here in just a few moments. And, you know, the caution flag did come out. And since we are under caution, we are going to look at our caution flag. Our caution flag is presented by Sonic Graphic Design. They are one of the proud sponsors of the Asphalt Outlaws. Now, it looks like Hegdahl did choose the outside lane on this restart. You got to be careful. Even with a few laps on these tires, you are capable of spinning those tires and checking up the whole row and causing a catastrophic event right there at the restart. So we're going to see a lot of these drivers take it easy on the restarts, but our leader is going to take the outside lane. Let's see how good of a jump he can get. Here they come into turn number 3. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more green flag racing. I'll be able to crank it up for you. Nice looking paints out there. I do have to give it to Sonic Graphics Designs. They paint a lot of these cars out here on the track, and man, do they look good. All right, green flag is about to fly, and once again, our green flag is presented by That Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, proud sponsor of the Asphalt Outlaws Racing. All right, well, our green flag is out. We'll go back to our full screen. And look at Hegdahl. He got a really good jump, and Danny Benfield didn't do too bad himself. He is going to work himself into the second position. Here they come into turn number 3. That number 4 is got it rolling. And there you see the 98 and the 41. They're going to be battling it out. That's going to be for the third position. Ooh, almost a little bit of a door ping in there, but they do keep it straight, and they chuck it in behind one another. We're going to go back here because I did see a little bit of too wide race, and let's see if that worked itself out. There it is. That's going to be the 29 to 54. 54 was the biggest mover of the race, but we do have another big mover, and that's going to be Joe Yates. He is going to be in that number 87. Now, we got 3 big movers, and William Reynolds. He is going to be right there in 15th, up 9 positions. So doing a great job here early on. May be due to a couple of pit stops, but that's okay. He made his way up there, and hopefully he can keep it, and now he's going to be looking to the inside. Well, I thought he was going to be looking to the inside, but the way the camera view was, he was quite a ways away. But that view right there in front of him, we're going to take a look at that. Look at that battle. That's going to be between the 12 and the 69, so that's going to be Michael Newman, and that was going to be Jesse Wise. Jesse Wise was able to make the pass on the outside and take over that position from Michael Newman. 69 going to be riding way down low, and we're going to go ahead and show you that we're on board. Ooh, 69 could not carry the momentum, and look how much momentum Michael Newman had coming off the turn number 4, and he was able to suck up the back bumper of that Toyota, and a little bit of contact between him and the 69, so the 69 is going to have a little bit of rear bumper damage, and he had to back off of it. Hopefully that did not cause any damage to, there is a little bit of left front damage to that Chevrolet Camaro. But what a great race it is. 19 laps complete out of 138, and still a lot of racing left to go here at the Monster Mile, and this lead has not heated up quite yet, but it is still within reach of being exchanged. Look at the run that the 4 had. That's going to be Danny Benfield. He had a run off of turn number 4, and it looks like turn number 1 is gonna be all Eric Hegdahl. He had a good entrance into turn number 1, but he cannot hold off that 4 for very much longer, as Banfield is coming, and he is coming with a vengeance. Driving a Joker car, coming with a vengeance. All right. Well, that's the wrong one I wanted to get rid of. And here we go. And we got Jody Banfield. He's going to be right there in that 98. And I believe these two are brothers. I do believe. I haven't really asked them, but they're going to be running second and third right there behind our leader of Eric Hegdahl. Dougie Higgins Jr. is going to be back here in the fourth position. He's got Evan Schillings right there in fourth, followed by Clinton Woodby. He is going to be in that number 92 Chevrolet Camaro. He is going to be riding around in the sixth position, still up in the top 10. He's going to be up 3 positions. Mark Beverly is going to be up 6 positions, riding around in seventh. Now, this track is known to create a lot of distance and put a lot of cars a lap down. Now, I did predict that we were going to have at least 20 cars on the racetrack at the end of this thing, because that's the talent that we see out of these guys each and every week. But I did not say that all of them were going to be on the lead lap, and it looks like these guys are already put 22nd in from 22nd to 23rd, about 10 seconds. I put about 12 seconds on them. Nice little flyby right there, and it's going to be all single file racing as far as the eye can see. And they got about 70 laps of 70% fuel, so I'm not exactly sure of how many laps they can go, but Hegdahl, he has actually created a little bit of distance between both Banfields, and that is going to be about a half a second. Now, he could have been saving a little bit of tire. Now he's pushing a little bit harder, or these two back here are going to be racing it out and using up their tires. But you see the 98, he was able to make that pass on the outside. The Ford gave him enough room, and he was able to make the pass. But here comes the 41. The 41 did capitalize off that little bit of a position switch, because once they get racing side by side, you can actually track down that leader very quickly, or that car in front of you very quickly. You see the 41 is going to be utilizing that middle lane. Middle lane seems to be working for him, and let's go ahead and ride on board and see how he's working these quarters. Entering in the middle and middle of the turn, he's going to be exiting a low to high. So nice little run that he's got going on. It looks like he's got a pretty stout line. Let's see how that plays for him. Let's see if he can get around that number 4, number 98. Well, let's go back through the field a little bit and see if we can find any battles going on. It looks like so far it is a lot of nose to tail racing. Michael Newman's going to be up 11 spots from where he started this race. So right now he is the hardest charger of the race. You got Joe Yates, he's going to be up 9 positions. And you got David Taylor. He is going to be up 8. Tyler Beverly is going to be up 8 also. Now 9. Nice little side-by-side battle between the 53 and the 45, or excuse me, 77 of Michael Miller. And the 17 is going to capitalize from that also, as they were riding side by side. Got the door open, and can he walk through it? He's got a nose on the 77 on the outside, but can he get through turn number 4 on that bottom? Because we know off of turn number 4, you do get a heck of a run. And look at the run that a 77 got off of turn number 4, and he closed that gap very fast. But the 17 was right there in his line, so he had nowhere to go. He had no choice but to check up. Well, Eric Hegdahl has made it out to about 1.3 seconds out from Jody Banfield. Danny Banfield able to hold on to third place as of right now. But he's got Higgins Jr. He is going to be right there in fourth. You got Mike Beverly. He is going to be up 8 positions in that number 13. And that is going to be the Sonics Graphics Design, number 13. And he has worked himself up 8 positions from where he started this race into 5th. Clinton Woodby is going to be still sitting in 6th. He's got a challenge from Joe Yakes. Joe Yakes looking to the inside and going to be able to take that position away coming out of turn number 2. It is going to be all Joe Yakes, and it looks like Clinton Woodby has got Evan Schilling. He was to the inside, but not able to get there. And the 8 is going to be way up high on the track, and he almost rubbed that wall. He had to check out real quick, but look at the run he's got coming into turn number 4 and out. That was a pretty darn good run, but the 92 was able to keep that position. So he's going to be right now looking to stay in 7th. 8th is going to belong to Evan Schilling, still looking to get around that number 92. There he's going to dive bomb the corner, going to be trying to get around that corner. Oh, the 3 is going to be loose. The 3 of Keith Price, he was loose coming into the corner. He made a little bit of contact with the car in front of him, but he was able to hold it, and they do stay green. And I believe that car that was in front of him is going to be, let's go. Yeah, so that's going to be the 12. That's going to be Michael Newman. That is going to be our one of our biggest movers of the race so far. Let's Strickland. And I believe you are referring to Roger Strickland. And he is going to be riding around in a 17th to try to show you where all your drivers are, if you let me know. Right now, he is going to be down a couple positions, but that's okay. Dover is known for the tire wear, so he can be back here saving a little bit. But let's take a look at his right side of his car. Yeah, he's got a little bit of scrapes and bruises on the side of that car, but could be affecting the handling just a little bit, but a lot of racing left to go, so it can be repaired, and he can get back up to where he was and hopefully advance a little bit more. We will see that stage break come out in just a few laps here at lap number 40. So let's go to our, and there you see the 17. He is going to go a lap down. He is going to have a lot of right side damage on that number 17. It looks like that right front has met the wall a time or two. There you have the 98 of Jody Banfield. He's going to be running in 2nd and got a lot of gap, and 1.2 seconds separate those two, and about a second separates Jody from Danny Banfield. Michael Newman is still going to be one of the hardest chargers of the race. He is going to be up 12 positions. Joe Yakes is going to be up 12 positions also, and we should see that caution fly at any moment. Any moment in time, and there it is. Our yellow flag is presented by the Sonic Graphics Design, one of the proud sponsors of Asphalt Outlaws Racing. I'm glad to have them on board. A lot of great paints they have on these cars out here. So if you need a iRacing paint, definitely go check them out at Sonic Graphics Design. And while we are going through our, and making our pit stops, let's go ahead and take a look at Sonic Graphics Design. All right, and everybody has brought their car down pits and got 4 fresh feel goods and a full tank of that Sunoco Go-Go juice. So, can we see a lot more green flag racing? Go number 1. Go number 1. Cut them. Oh man, that sounds. That's gonna be Roger Strickland. That sounds brutal. Cut them. Hopefully that's cut a tire on somebody else's car to win, but that sounds kind of brutal. But appreciate you stopping by and joining us on this Friday evening. Hopefully your Friday has been going pretty well and you're ready for that weekend. Well, the pace car lights are still on. They are still single file. We'll see where Eric chooses to restart at this on fresh tires. That 11 chose to restart on the high side last time, but we'll see where he restarts this time. You know, as we are under caution, we're going to go ahead and go to Southpaws and, you know, pull up our stage winner. Eric, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sir, I got you.
Well, it looks like that track is doing you pretty good, as you were able to, at that end of that run there, you were able to break out to about 1.2 seconds, you know, out in front of the Banfields back there behind you. But, you know, how's the track feeling? How's the car feeling? And what's your fuel laps?
Yeah, track's pretty good. I felt like it was, you know, it was not as slippery as I thought it was going to be. Definitely had more grip than I was anticipating. And, yeah, just kind of trying to manage my tires there in the beginning. And I was able to pay dividends. I think clean air is a big key. And as for fuel, though, I think it's like 50 laps for fuel, though. But I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, neither was I. But I wanted to ask somebody that maybe had a fuel run under their belt. But man, you have been doing really well, and I see that you're electing to start on that outside to get a good entry coming in turn number 1. But I appreciate you, you know, being up in the booth and chatting with me and letting us know how that car's feeling.
No problem.
All right.
Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. We definitely are. All right, looks like we are double file, and it looks like he, like I said, he is going to elect to take that high side, and tire management is going to be a big key here, like he said, and clean air. But you got Jody Banfield going to be starting on that inside. He has been pretty good on restarts here in the past few races, except for at the road course. We didn't have any cautions, but we are going to go green flag once again. And here they come into the Geico restart zone, and our green flag is once again presented by the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, that proud sponsor of Asphalt Outlaws Racing. All right, with the green flag out, we see that 11 stretch his lead out just a little bit. It looks like he's going to be about 0.2 of a second out in front of Higgins. Higgins had a really good jump on that outside line, and he was able to put Jody Banfield right there behind him in third. Mark Beverly, he got a pretty good restart himself in that number 13 machine, and he is going to be up 9 positions with Joe Yakes in tow, up 13. So the hardest charger is going to be still Joe Yakes and Michael Newman, which is going to be back here in 7th. Have a few positions that they can make up to be the biggest, the hardest charger. And once again, that hard charger does win $5 at the end of this race. But Clint Woodby in that Winning Bids Diecast auctions, number 92, he is going to be looking to the inside of that number 12. Is he going to be able to get there? That's going to be Michael Newman. He is not going to be able to get there coming out of turn number 2. Looking in turn number 3, he has a little bit of draft coming down that short back stretch and not going to be able to get there, but he is going to have maybe a run off of turn number 4. He's going to dive it down all the way to the bottom. Got to be careful not to hit that apron, and look at the run that the 12 had. So the 12 had a little bit better off corner, but the 77 of Michael Miller, he's going to be looking to the inside of that 92, and he is going to be able to take that position away on that inside lane coming out of turn number 2. nice little battles that we have up here in the top 10. And Joe Yakes, he is going to be right there watching all this in his rear view mirror. We're going to go back just a little bit. I see a little bit more, that's more single file racing. But as the tire wear down, we'll see a little bit of moves. Here is Roger Strickland going to be trying to make a move coming out of turn number 4. That's going to be on the number 7 of Patrick Baldwin Jr. And they are going to be side by side coming into turn number 3. And it's going to be the 1 down low, the 7 up high. And you also have the 45. He is going to be trying to join this little bit of a racing up here. And they are going to be all racing for the same real estate. It looks like Roger Strickland does have the position from the 7 at the moment. The 45 of Tyler Beverly, he is going to be trying to make the same move coming out of turn number 2. And they are going to have it all day long and create some distance from that 7 of Patrick Baldwin. You got Ricky LePage. He is going to be right there. And at 73, he is going to be trying to make up a little bit of distance coming out of turn number 4. And he does make up a little bit of that gap, but he's still got a little bit of work to do before he can catch the back bumper of that number 7 of Patrick Baldwin. Going to go back up through the field just a little bit. Danny Benfield is falling back all the way to the 10th position, or excuse me, the 12th position, trying to work his way up in that Ford Mustang. Is he going to be able to do it? He's got Jesse Wise going to be looking to the outside, not going to be able to get there. He's going to cut that 69 off, and he is going to have that position. The 29 is going to be Dylan Pass. That's not going to be for a position, but he is going to be right here in this pack, maybe trying to create a little bit of chaos for Nicholas Lawrence, as he has got to battle a lap down car to get any positions, but that's okay. A lot of racing left to go here at the Monster Mile. We are 53 down, and these laps are going quick. The 43 going to be way up high on the racetrack, and that's going to open the door up for that number 29 lap down car. And the 29 is going to be, let's see how many laps down he is. He is going to be 1 lap down, so if the caution were to fly once again, he will get the lucky dog. And the 43 must be having a little bit of mechanical issues because he is falling fast. He's going the wrong way. But Eric Hegdahl, he is going to be out here about 2/10 of a second lead on second place of Dougie Higgins. And Jody Banfield is going to be sitting about 3/10 of a second back from second place, that number 41. And they have created a lot of distance between themselves. All the way back here to Beverly, this is a 3-car pack, but all the way back here to Beverly is going to be 1.4 seconds back to Beverly. And Beverly has created a lot of distance, 1.1 seconds back to Yakes. So a lot of gaps in between, these packs. Joe is going to be in a 1-car, is going to be in a 2-car pack. You got Mark Beverly. He is going to be riding all by himself. I think they got a song out named All By Myself. But he's got nobody around him, so, if he does make a mistake, that'll be okay. But we do have a battle for the second position, and that is going to be Jody Penfield. He is all over the back bumper of that number 41, and coming down the backstretch into turn number 3. He is going to look to the inside, and will he have the run off the corner? Can he get that car down to the bottom and get the runoff that we've seen off of turn number 4? And there he goes. He's got the run. Is he going to look to the inside? No, he's just going to tuck it in right behind the 41. I don't believe they want to race too much because they have now extended their lead out to 1.4 seconds from Mark Beverly in 4th. So let's go back and see where some other drivers or how some other drivers are doing. There's Clint Woodby. He is going to be looking to the inside of that 77. That 77, that's going to be Michael Miller. He is going to be down 1 position from where he started, and that 92 is going to have the inside as they come into turn number 1, and it is going to be all Clint Woodby's position to have, because the 77 could not keep the momentum up on that high side. So that's going to move Clint Woodby up to the 7th position with then Michael Newman in his sights. Michael Newman is going to be up 15 positions, so it's going to be very hard to, get that hard charger if he is all the way up, that far ahead of everybody else. As far as position-wise. All right, let's go back and take a look and see what these other drivers are doing. You got Bill Hales. He's got that 69 Jesse Wise. He's going to be right there on his back bumper. You got David Taylor. He's going to be in the 13th position, up 7 positions. Got Nicholas Lawrence. He's in 14th, down 4 positions. 15th is going to belong to Mike Wood. In that number 43, we saw him running up towards the front, but he did fall back quite a bit. Got Roger Strickland right there on his back bumper, trying to get to the back bumper and get a position. And that's going to, if he is able to do that, that's going to move Roger Strickland up to the top 15, if he can get there. Well, let's see what SDK finds exciting, and I guess it finds this little three-car pack up here in the lead exciting. Now it's going to switch us back here to the 18, and that is going to be Evan Schilling. He is going to be riding that high line in 1 and 2. He is going to have Bill Hales right there behind him, and he has got a little bit of an internet connection issue as he did blink out once or twice. But he is back. Hopefully he gets that corrected, because that man can put on a pretty good show here when his internet is active right. 53, Bill Hales has Jesse Wise right on his back bumper, and turn number 4. There's going to be the run off of turn number 2. You see how low Jesse went down in the middle of the corner, and then he got a pretty good run off turn number 2. He's going to do the same thing here in turn number 4, and let's see if he can get the run. I don't believe he went low enough, but he did get a pretty good, darn good run coming off of turn number 4. Looking at turn number 1, and once again the 53 is going to be looking down low. The 18 is going to dive it right back down in front of him and cut the air off of that nose of that car. And when they do that, that gets that car a little bit tight. So they normally tend to have to check up to get that car to really turn. 18 got a little bit of loose coming out to turn number 4, but the 53 is not done with the 18 yet. He's going to push the 18 up to the high side, and he is going to try to capitalize from that 18 being up there, and he is going to do the slide job. He is going to have the position coming into turn number 3. It is going to be bumper to bumper with the 18 and 53. And it looks like the 69 is going to try to do the same thing and try to push that 18 up to the high side. Oh, he's going to smack the wall just a little bit, lose a little bit of momentum. Oh, and that's what David Taylor wanted to see. He wanted to see these guys either mess up or race side by side so he can actually catch up. I don't believe he messed up as big as David Taylor wanted to, because he did not make up really any ground with that little hiccup there. Let's go back up to the front and see how this is playing out. Now 7/10 of a second lead to Banfield in a second. And then Higgins, he is going to be a little bit further back, about the same distance, about 7/10 of a second. Or 3/4 of a second, whichever way you want to look at it. And back here to 4th, and this is going to be a battle for the 4th position. That's going to be Beverly and Yates. Beverly going to be looking to the inside. They're going to try to get a little bit of air to that nose of that race car. Not going to be able to be right there on the back bumper going into turn number 4, but he is going to ride a little bit lower, and he had to run off of turn number 4 or turn number 2, and he has got the setup for turn number 3. Is he going to be able to complete the pass? As we've seen, the high side of turn number 4 has a heck of a run, and he is able to make the pass. So a change for the 4th position. That's going to be Joe Yakes, up 14 spots now from where he started this race. Well, 70 laps complete. We are almost halfway through the race, and it's been a lot of good green flag racing. And since we've had a lot of good green flag racing, let's go ahead and crank it up. And the caution flag flies. Once again, our caution flag is presented by Sonic Graphic Design, proud sponsor of the Asphalt Outlaws. And we were actually on board when that happened, so we will take it back and find out what exactly happened with Banfield. Well, since we're not cranking it up anymore, we'll go ahead and get that off to the screen. And let's find that yellow flag. And let's see, he is missing a hood. So, and it looks like just a, oh my goodness. Now that may have been a little bit of net code. We are going to stop it right there. We're going to back it up just a little bit. Yeah, I do believe it was a little bit of net code. We're going to find the rear chase cam. Here we go. This should be a really good view of what transpired. And right... a little bit of side drafting, and now it's very hard to tell. So we're going to let race control handle that. But it did cause that Ford machine to lose a hood, crumple the nose. We'll see how this all plays out. But hopefully that number 4 will be out there to race some more laps, and we'll go back live. So, third caution of this evening. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this race, because I am definitely enjoying it. Dover, the Monster Mile, like I said, it'll pick a car up and chew you up and spit you out. But that Ford did have a fast repair in left in the pits, so he is going to bring it down, take 4 fresh field goods, and see if he can work his way back up towards the front. It looks like Dylan Pass is going to get that lucky dog. So we'll see him make his lap around. Rick LePage is going to be the next one lap down. Actually, I believe he's going to be a couple laps down. 15 viewers out there on the chat. I really appreciate y'all stopping by. It's it's a pleasure being here with Asphalt Racing League. A lot of great sponsors they have, Sonic Graphic Design, the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions. They have a lot of good ones, and the Admin Box. Can't forget about them. So a lot of great sponsors. If you're looking for a great league to come race with on a Friday night, reach out to the Beverleys, and they'll tell you how to get a sign up. All right, that looks like it's going to be the 73 right there in front. That is going to be a lap down car. That is going to be Rick LePage. And once again, LePage is going to be the first car 1 lap down. He is in front of the leader, so he'll probably get that lap back as of now. Like I said, there's 14 drivers out there. Let me know who you're rooting for. I know we got some rooting for the 92. We got some rooting for the 1. Let me know who else is out there. We're a little over halfway in the race. Pace car lights are out. The 73 should get the wave around. There he goes. He's going to get the wave around the pace car, and it looks like Hegdahl is going to take the high line once again. You got Jody Banfield is going to be right there on the inside. You got Joe Yates. He is going to be starting in 3rd on the high lane. 41 of Higgins is going to be starting in 4th. Woodby is going to be restarting in 5th. You got Mark Beverly starting in 6th. Bill Hales, another big mover, up 12 position. He's going to be starting in 7th. 8th is going to be Evan Schillings. 9th is going to be Michael Miller. And Danny Benfield is going to be starting in 10th. So that's going to be your top 10 at the restart. And here we go. We're going to go back up towards the front. And let's see this restart. Coming around to the Geico restart zone. Pace car will dive off in turn number 3. And now in turn number 4. Pace car is off. Green flag is about to fly here at lap number 78. Once again, our green flag is presented by the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, one of the proud sponsors of the Asphalt Outlaws Racing. And look at the jump that the 11 got on that restart, and he is out. He got shot out of there like a bullet from a gun, and there he goes down the backstretch. Look at the 98. He is going to be right there in tow, along with Dougie Higgins. So the 98 is really good on these restarts, but now the one driver that I would be worried about the most is going to be that 87. He is up 14 positions, and he is looking like he has a very strong race car, along with Mark Beverly. He is right there in the 5th spot. So you got to, and the 92. You got a lot of good cars right there in the top 6 that have been really hanging on. And we got a little bit two-car battle, and that is going to be the 16 and the 77. It looks like Michael Miller. He is going to be able to make that pass. He is going to move himself back up to the 7th position. That's right there where he started this race, and he's going to put the 18 down to 8th. He's going to be down 2 positions. Danny Benfield is going to be down 7. That number 4 Ford Mustang, he did not have the best ride. He's actually the one that brought out the caution, but he is back there, out there with a brand new, spanking new car, and he is looking to be back out in front where he started this race. Got 81 laps complete, and it was a little bit of single file racing as far as the eye can see. Let's go see what we can coming down the backstretch. There they are, pretty much single file. We'll go back a little bit further. See, we got a little bit of side by side action, and that was where'd it go? That is going to be the 22. That is going to be Haas Beverly. He was able to make the pass on, I believe that was the 29. Yeah, that was the 29. You got the 3 of Keith Prince. He is going to be right there trying to make the pass, and not 29. He is going to be back on the lead lap, so he is going to be battling for some positions. Now we have 20 cars. 22 cars still out there on the track. 2 are going to be showing out, and I believe 3 are going to be showing 1 lap down. So we are 2 away from my prediction of 20, at least 4 cars out of tonight's race. But we got a challenge for the lead, and that's going to be the 41 of Higgins. Higgins, he is going to be looking like he's all over the back bumper of that number 11. And let's go right around on his nose cam. And there he is within a tenth of a second from the 11 of Hegdahl. And this is where the tires really play a factor. Who is going to burn them off the fastest? Because the guy right behind him, that guy right there, that is going to be Jody Benfield in that 98. He is looking to take some positions. He's had a great car so far this season, and he is looking to get a win here at Dover. Actually, everybody's looking to get a win here at Dover. This is a track that I do love to run, but I've never made it to the finish with a clean car. So my chances of winning would be out the window on the first lap. Nice 3-pack racing up here in the front, nose to tail, and you got Joe Yanks right there in that number 87. If he continues to be the biggest mover, if he doesn't finish on the podium, we'll still interview him anyway for making that hard charge up towards the front. You got the 92 of Clint Woodby. He is looking at Mark Beverly. He is in the top 5, and it looks like Clint Woodby, he wants to have that spot. And we'll go back here and see what the eye can see. See if we can find any side-by-side racing. Oh, yeah, we got a little bit back here. Let's go find out. There you have Bill Hale. There is a side-by-side battle. That is going to be Michael Newman, along with the 53 of Bill Hales. Bill Hales, we were just looking at him, and he is going to be up 7 positions, but the 12 is going to be able to take that over, and a little bit of bump. And that's going to send the 12 all the way into the corner, probably a little bit faster than he wanted to be. But he is going to have a pretty good entry and still carry the momentum out of the turn number 4 down the front stretch. And now he's got the 43 in his sights, and that's going to be Mike Woods. He's going to be down low coming out of turn number 2. Is he going to have the run? Yes, he is. He's going to have about a half a car link on him right now coming into turn number 3. That low lane is going to be able to do it, and here comes the 53. Here comes the 1 of Roger Strickland. The door is open. Can they walk through it? Or drive through it, should I say. and he is going to be able to get there. Now he did use his fast repair, so he got a cleaner looking race car, and a 43 is going to be really dropping positions here as he is stuck on that high lane. You got the 8 that just passed him by, you got the 69 that just passed him by, and he is finally going to settle in the 15th spot. Excuse me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Nice little breakaway, about 3/10, almost 4/10 of a second up here in the front, away from Higgins. So Hegdahl, he is going to be trying to extend that lead, as he was able to bring out to a 1.2 seconds of the lead earlier on in the race. Is he going to be able to do that here once again? As it looks like these two behind him, they have really figured out what line he's running and trying to keep those cars in a little bit of clean air. There you see they're riding in a little bit different lanes. Down the backstretch, you're going to see them nose to tail, but coming into the corners, it looks like the 41 is going to ride a little bit higher. The 11 is going to come up and take the air off of his nose and give him a little bit of dirty air. Look at the 98. He's going to have a pretty good run off of turn number 4 coming across the start-finish line. 93 laps complete of 138. Ooh, the 1 is a little bit high on the racetrack. The 8 is going to look down low, and that's going to be Nicholas Lawrence. Nicholas Lawrence down 3 positions. He wants a couple of those positions back, and it looks like he may have helped the 1 get up the racetrack up close to that wall, but the 1 was able to keep it out of that wall, and he was able to remain in that 12th spot. Here comes the 8 with a nice little run coming off the turn number 2. Is he going to be able to get there by turn number 3? And it looks like those cars are not turning like they were just a few laps ago. So these cars, the tires might be starting to give up already here at lap number 95. They still got a few sets of tires in the pits, as everybody, I believe, has taken 2 sets, unless they try to play a little bit of strategy and get back on the lucky dog. Get back on the lead lap, and while everybody was in the pits. Well, once again, we appreciate all our viewers stopping by and joining us here at Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. Just want to shoot y'all a little welcome. Please, if you like our broadcast, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Help us get our content out there, as we try to put on the best show that we can. But yeah, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Know when we go live. We have we have quite a few other leagues that we do broadcast, and it's a lot of fantastic racing, just like we're watching here tonight at Dover Speedway or Raceway. Well, let's see here. The laps are winding down. We're looking at we're looking at 39 laps. If it stays green, we will see a green flag pit stop or so. I do believe they can get about 50 laps of fuel, and it looks like somebody is about to go another lap down. And I believe that it's going to be Tyler Beverly is going to be and the caution is going to be out, and our caution flag is going to be presented by, once again, Sonic Graphics Designs, another proud sponsor of Asphalt Outlaws Racing. We're going to have to go back and take a look, and it looks like Roger Strickland has crashed. So we're going to go and take a look and find out what happened to Roger Strickland to bring out the caution. All right, it looks like Roger Strickland is going to be on the top lane, and he is going to be coming out of turn number 4. Let's see if we can get a little bit better camera angle. There he is right there, and it might be that car just got a little bit too tight, and he could not get it to turn. It stepped out on him. He's going to smack the wall. 43 is going to collect the rear end of that car. Now, I believe he just put that car back together and use that fast repair, so that is going to be some time in the pits if he's going to try to get all that damage straightened out. He could be going a couple of laps down. but he got put on major spin cycle. And quite a few taps to the wall. So he got spun like yesterday's laundry due to that car getting pretty tight coming out of turn number 4. All right, we'll go back live and see what everybody's going to do here. Now, if they do make the pits here, they will have enough to make it to the end. And it looks like everybody brought their cars down pit road. There you see LePage. He is going to get that lap back. He's going to start at the tail end of the longest line before being back on the lead lap. And it looks like we got still only 2 cars out. We got a couple laps down, but Beverly going to be in the pits. All right. Well, you know what? I see Jody Banfield up here in second. Let's see if we can find him. Banfield. Do we have him? Nope. What about Higgins? Do we have him? No Higgins. So we have Eric. We've already talked to him. You know what? Let's bring up Joe Yates. He is down there on loose luggage. Mr. Yates, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. How are you?
I am doing all right. Listen, man, we have been watching that car. You are so far the hardest charger of the race, and you know if you remain the hardest charger of the race, that means you will win that $5 for doing all that hard work. But tonight, you know, you have been making some really good moves on the racetrack to get up to the get up those positions. You're right around in 4th. How are you feeling about the rest of the race? Do you have what it takes to get up to that 11 and overtake?
I was feeling really good about it. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have any cautions in the second half of the race. That kind of threw a wrench in my plans. But, you know, I'm going to get up on the wheel and do what we can. You know, the goal tonight was try to get that hard charger and pass a bunch of cars, have some fun. And I'm doing all those things right now. So we got just a couple laps left to close this out.
Absolutely. You're going to have about probably around 36 laps until the end. And, yeah, I was wondering who was going to try to play the strategy. And like you said, if that was in your plans to get the hardest charger, man, you definitely executed those plans very well. And let's see how you play out in the rest of the race. But you got a lot of everybody's pulling for you.
Yeah, we got a good crew on live on Glimpse right now, so they're all cheering me on and putting on a good show for them tonight.
Absolutely. We'll continue doing that, my friend, and good luck in the rest of your race. We appreciate you talking to us.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, like I said, not everybody is in the Discord, so we could not bring. I was going to bring up one of our top 4 or one of our top 2, but to see how they were feeling. But they are not in the Discord, so we'll try to catch them at the end of the race if they finish on the podiums. Hopefully they will join the Discord. We'll be able to get that interview in. But looks like we are getting ready to go back green flag racing once again. We'll get some of this information off the screen. There we go. That is gone. And here they come into turn number 3. Through turn number 4, pace car will dive off once again, and Hegdahl will bring them to the Geico restart zone. And here we go. Green flag is out once again, and once again it is presented by the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, so definitely go check them out. And look at the jump that the 11 got, and you have Banfield. He's going to be right there on that bottom side. He is going to chuck himself in right behind our leader, and it is going to be a challenge for the second place. You got the 98 up high. He's going to be drifting way up the track, but he is going to pinch the 41 down, and they are going to make contact, and the 98 is going to be around. That's going to bring out another caution. And a caution is going to fly. That's going to be our 5th caution. And once again, that is going to be brought to you by Sonic Graphic Design, that proud sponsor of Asphalt Outlaws. Let's go take a look and find out exactly what happened. They were both side by side. I saw a little pinching going on, and look at the run on the outside, and somebody is just going to break loose. I don't know if it's going to be the 41 first. It looks like the 98 is starting to step out just a little bit, and then the 41 is going to make a little bit of contact right there, and that's going to send him a lot of net code right there. As you see in the car was inside another car, and he is going to be cycloned right there on the inside. He's going to make a couple little taparoos to the inside safer barrier wall. And he is going to cause a little bit of damage, but I believe that he is one of those ones that does have the fast repair sitting in the pits. So, one got spun like yesterday's laundry. This one got spun like he got cycloned like a Texas tornado. All right, he's going to bring that number 98 High Point Ford Mustang down pit road and get some of that damage repaired. That's going to put Joe Yakes right there in second. We just talked to him, and the 41 and the 98 could be out of this one, but we still have 31 laps to go. When we go back green flag racing, we'll probably have about 34. Excuse me, probably about 28 or so. Now you see Danny Benfield. He is going to be back up there. He started in a second when the race initially started. Eric Hegdahl has led all the laps so far. Joe Yakes up 16 positions. Mark Beverly, he is going to be up 10 positions. Danny Benfield going to be down 2 positions from where he started this race, but he went from the back all the way to the front because he was involved in an incident. So let's keep an eye on that number 4 because he has a fast hot rod also. Another big remover is going to be that number 53. He is going to be up 11 positions. He also has a chance of taking home that $5 for being the hardest charger, and we'll have to see how he does. All right, while the pace car lights are still on, we're going to step side by side and take a look at our sponsors of tonight's race. All right, and we are back, and once again, now Sonic's Graphics Design, and go check them out. They'll paint you up one of these nice looking hot rods that you can definitely be noticed with on the track. That's Sonic Graphics Design. And there is Joe Yakes. He is going to be right there, starting on the inside, starting in second, up 16 spots. Danny Benfield in that number 4 machine. He's going to be starting on the outside in 4th position. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing, and pace car is going to dive off this time. A lot of great action on the track, and here we go. Pace car is off. We're reaching the Geico restart zone. Once again, our green flag is going to be presented by the Winnie Bid Dadcast Auctions. Once again, they are a proud sponsor of the Asphalt Outlaws. Nice little jump to 4 is going to be loose, and we are going to have to follow and see what happened to him. He is going to be all on the outside, out of shape. Not the best restart we've seen that 4 get, so Danny Banfield is going to drop down to 7th with that little bit of a mistake, and that is going to allow Eric Hagdahl, he is going to be out, quite a bit, and I'm going to say 0.3 of a second. Yes, and that's what it's going to be, about 0.3 of a second lead over Joe Yakes, and he could be finishing with a podium here if he can hold off a couple of these hungry drivers, as the 13 looks like he's turning up the heat just a little bit, and he is working the bottom side of that racetrack, going to get a run off of turn number 4, and he might be all over the back bumper of that number 87 as we get into turn number 1. Nope, looks like he got a pretty good entrance into turn number 1 for the 87, that is, and he was able to keep that distance. So about 0.2 of a second distance between the 87 and the 13, but turn number 4 might say something else, as he is going to enter in that corner a little bit lower. He's going to make up a little bit more ground, now about 0.1 of a second. And coming in turn number 1, he is going to point that car all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. But now we're going to go back, as this works itself out just a little bit. We're going to go back to the field and see if we can find some side-by-side battles. Love watching the leaders, but everybody should be on screen showing their battles back here. And right now it's going to be all single file racing so far. Doesn't mean that won't change here very shortly. Jody Banfield, he is looking to get back up towards front. He's got the 73. That's going to be Rick LePage right there in front of him. He's going to dive it down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to push that 73 up the racetrack. Now the 73 might not have as fast of a car as that 98, but the 98 definitely got there, and the 73 just gave it to him and said, hey, go ahead, take it. I don't want no part of this. And look at the distance that he's put on everybody else. Now Beverly and Yakes are still in 2nd and 3rd. No change there. We got Miller right there in 4th. I know I did not switch the cameras to them, but I was trying to follow Jody Banfield to see where he was going to be finishing. We got a little bit of side-by-side battling going up here. That's going to be the 43. He lost a position to Jesse Wise, and it looks like the 8 is going to be trying to make a move to the inside of that number 53 machine, and that's going to be Bill Hales. Bill Hales been holding pretty darn good up in the top 10, but is he going to give up that spot to that number 8 easily, or is he going to make him work for it? I believe he's going to make him work for it with 22 laps to go. And look at the run that he has coming off of turn number 2. He's going to get a little bit of draft. Is he going to be there by the turn number 3? Not quite, but he's going to ride very high up on that racetrack, maybe a middle line or so. 69 is going to be in tow. There he goes. He has the door open, but could not get the run off of turn number 4 with that low exit close to that inside wall. Now we're running out front. We'll change the cameras just a little bit for you. And that is going to be the 11 still riding out front. You got about a half a second lead on Yakes and about 0.6 of a second lead on Beverly. And right now, these are going to be your 2 hardest chargers. That's going to be, one is going to be up 10 positions, one is going to be up 16 positions, and it's still going to be a fight to the finish if we see this go green. And look at Clint Woodby. He is going to be all over the back bumper of Michael Miller. Gave him a little bit of room, but don't count out Danny Banfield. He is making his way back up. He lost a little bit of positions due to maybe a wheel spin, but his car got really out of shape, and he has made his way back up into the top 5 and riding in 4th right now. And he has got Mark Beverly right there in the sight. We'll ride on his nose cam. There you see, look at the entrance that he has. He's going to go up high and cut the nose down, and let's see if he gets this massive run off of turn number 4. And it looks like the 13 is going to be equally matched coming off of turn number 4, but he's got a pretty good entrance coming into turn number 1. So let's see what he can do with this. Later on. We have 18 laps left to go of 137. A lot of green flag racing, and man, I can't believe it's went this quickly. I just feel like we just started this race, and it's almost over. Oh, Clint Woodby is challenging for that position from the 77. He wasn't able to get there, but he is going to look once again Is he going to get the run off of turn number 2? Let's see. He may has a bumper. Nope. He's going to have to dive it right back down in there. Now he has to be careful not to burn his stuff up too fast, because the 41 is going to capitalize if he burns off that right front too much. And right now, I would be tucked in behind the 77, and the 77 is going to give it to him. He's going to say, nah, you go right ahead. You burn your stuff up, I'll pass you later. And there he is. Miller is going to relinquish his spot to the 92, but the Miller is not done. He's got the 41 giving a bump into turn number 3. They are going to be side by side, and this is for the 5th position. You got the 92 down low, and you got a 77 up high, and along with the 41. 41 is going to have to run off along with the 77, so it looks like Woodby is not going to be able to take away those positions. He is actually going to lose a position due to that little battle. Wow. And as that is all happening, the leaders have broken away. It is a about 1.5 second gap between Miller and Banfield. Well, now let's look at this. Banfield, he has got a little bit of gap right there in front of him, and that's going to be about a 5-10 second gap between Banfield and Yakes. He still has enough laps to get there, but looks like Yakes has lost the position to the number 13 of Mark Beverly. Mark Beverly going to be our new second place car with 13 laps to go. Can Yakes get there, or is he going to burn up his stuff trying to get it back and give it to Banfield? We'll have to see, but either way, I do believe he will make the hardest charger, unless the closest person to that is going to be Bill Hales. The last thing they want to see is a caution come out, but looks like the 18, that's going to be Evan Schilling. He is going to be looking to the inside of 92. Wasn't able to get there. Coming down into turn number 2, or out of turn number 2. It is still going to be a four-way battle for this position here. And you got the 92 looking to the inside of the 41. He's going to point that car down low. They are going to be side by side. We saw this happen before. One car got really loose. But I understand Hale or Higgins. He was up towards the front, and him and the 98 got into it, and he went back towards the back. Speaking of the 98, let's find out where he is running right now. The 98 is of Jody Banfield. He is going to be back here. He has got the 54 right there on his back bumper. That's going to be David Taylor. And I said 4 cars, one or more laps down, and so far, oh no, I said 4 cars out, so I didn't call them the lap down cars. So I am. Oh, thank you there, James. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I'm glad you stopped by, my friend. Well, Hegdahl has made it out to almost a second gap from Beverly. He is about 9/10 of a second. And then you have Joe Yakes. He is going to be still the hardest charger, up 15 positions. He has got Danny Banfield in that 4 Ford Mustang. He is looking to take it over with 9 laps to go. It looks like he has a little bit better car than the 87. Is the 87 going to be able to hold him off with 8 laps to go? It is going to be a spread out field, and these two are going to be battling out. Look at these two go, and that's going to be the 41. He is trying to get back up to where he was. The 92 is going to try a crossover as they come into turn number 2. Not going to be able to get there, and the 41 is going to make it up to the top 5 after his incident, bringing out the caution with the 98. The 77 is not done just yet, but we're going to go check this out as we are going to have a side-by-side battle for the 3rd position, and that's going to be Danny Banfield. He is going to be able to overtake the 87 on the low line, but the 87 is going to fight right back on the inside. He's going to have the inside as they come down to turn number 3. Is he going to be able to steal it right back with 7 laps to go when the leader crosses over? We're going to have 6. And there it is, 6 laps to go, and Yakes and Banfield are battling it out like it's the last lap. Now, this could go very wrong if they are not careful, but it is a very exciting race that the 87 had to check up just a little bit, did not get the run off of turn number 2 like he wanted to, and we still got the 92 back there battling with the 77, so we're going to have to go inside and check that out. I wish I had a side-by-side camera, but the 8 was able to claim that position, and that's going to move him up to the 8th position. You got the 69 and the 77 going at it, and the 69 is going to be on the inside, 77 is going to be on the out. Here they come into turn number 1. They're going to be in the middle of turn number 1 and number 2, and the 69 is going to make the slide job. Here comes the 43. Oh, almost a little contact with the 43 and the 77. And they are racing it out with 5 laps to go. Let's go check out this little battle here. And they were able to make the pass. So Danny Banfield going to make his way back up through the field in the 3rd position. And it looks like Yakes has burned off his tires trying to keep it. But what a great run from that 87 machine. Now, he's got to be worried about that machine right there, that 53 of Bill Hales. That Chevrolet is coming quick, and he has 4 laps to get here, as 3 laps to get there to be the biggest mover, the biggest charger of the race, or the hardest charger. And Hales is coming. It's going to be Hales and Yakes battling it out for that $5 for the hardest charger. Mark Beverly, he is going to be right there in second. You got Hegdahl, he is going to be coming to the line with 2 to go. Here we go. Can they make it back to the line for the white flag? And it is going to be a 3rd place and looks like Bill Hales was able to take over the biggest mover of the race. And here comes Hegdahl. He is going to be making his way around turn number 4. We are going to see that white flag fly. And there it is. White flag is presented by Limelight Photography. Limelight is a proud sponsor of the Asphalt Racing. And let's go back full screen so we don't miss a beat. Looks like Mark Beverly, he is going to be bringing home a 2nd if he doesn't make any mistakes. Now this is going to be a pretty good race to the finish. Looks like they're going to come around. Here comes the checkered flag. It's going to be the 11 bringing home a win with Mark Beverly in 2nd, and you got Banfield coming in 3rd. You got Bill Hales bringing home that hardest charger of the race. So we will definitely be talking to him. And what a finish that was. Joe Yakes gave it all he had, wasn't able to keep it. But what a great race that was. And stand by just one moment for our finishing results. All right, finishing results are going to be Eric Hegdahl. He is going to bring home that win with Mark Beverly finishing in 2nd. Danny Banfield is going to finish out 3rd. What a great run by that number 4 Ford Mustang after being involved in the incident. Bill Hales is going to bring home a 4th. Joe Yakes in a 5th. You got Dougie Higgins. He brought home him a 6th place finish. You got Evan Schilling. He is going to be bringing home 7th. 8th is going to belong to Jesse Wise. Mike Wood in 9th. Clint Woodby. He is going to be in 10th. 11th is going to be Nicholas Lawrence. He had a pretty good run here tonight, finishing in a top 15 spot. Michael Miller, he is going to be finishing in 12th. Roger Strickland, he actually had a pretty good run himself, finishing in 13th. 14th is going to be Jody Banfield. 15th is going to be Patrick Baldwin. 16th is going to be Michael Newman. Rick LePage is going to be 17th, and David Taylor is going to be 18th. 19th is going to be long 2, if I can get my mouse in my hand. 19th is going to belong to Dylan Pass, Tyler Beverly in 20th, Haas Beverly in 21st, Keith Prince in 22nd, Will Reinald is going to be in 23rd, and Caleb Patton in 24th. Melvin Young out there saying, a good run, Clinton. Yeah, he definitely had a really good run this evening. Down one spot, but a good top 10 for him. All right, well, that's going to be finish up our finishing order. Let's see if we can't track down our top 3. They should be in the booth, in the waiting room for me. And yes, they are. And the first one is going to be Mr. Danny Banfield. Let's go ahead and bring him up to the booth. And bam. Mr. Banfield, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, looks like you had a very good run there at the end. You got involved in a little bit of an incident and sent yourself to the back, but, strategy played in your favor, and you were able to work yourself back up onto the podium and finish strong. Tell us how your race went.
It started off good. I was shocked I was still running with my brother, and then I went speeding down pit road and went to the back, and then coming back to the pack, I got ran over and went to the back again. And had a couple good restarts, and then capitalized on a late yellow.
Well, it definitely worked in your favor. You're down one position, but that's not a bad finish at all. You definitely had a very fast car, and it was a pleasure watching you. I did see the incident that you got into, and you lost your hood, but Fast Repair did you justice, and you got right back up there like a champ. Man, what a great run.
Yeah, I'm happy. Now I'm going to go see if my brother wants to go to the casino. So we'll have a good night.
Go win some money. Well, next week you'll be headed, to Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you're going to have 111 laps there. Tell us how you're feeling going into Atlanta.
I'm hoping it's the old Atlanta. I'm new to this league. I don't like the restrictor plates. So I'm hoping it's the old Atlanta, and we should be okay.
Well, Jody out there on the broadcast, he says, way to go, brother. He said y'all are going to the casino tonight, so just be ready, Jody. Man, what a great run, for that number 4 machine. But with those podium finishes, man, you get to give all the shout-outs you would like to give. You definitely earned them here at the Monster Mile.
I just want to thank everybody for letting me participate. My brother for talking me in and making me do this on Friday nights instead of drinking beer. But we're good. We're going to go drink beer now.
I was about to say, it's early enough. You can do both.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Well, have a good night, and can't wait to see what you can do next week.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Mr. Danny Banfield, and we are going to see if we can't track down Mr. Mark Beverly. He should be in the waiting room also. There he is. All right, and Mr. Beverly, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Oh, man, it's going pretty darn good, and it looks like it has been pretty good for you here tonight at the Monster Mile. You definitely had a really good run, especially at the end. You were able to make a few passes and work yourself up to second place. Tell us how your race went here tonight.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I thought I messed up my qualifying laps, so started kind of mid-pack, and then I just wanted to be consistent, try to hold on to some tires, and maybe pass a few cars here and there. I thought maybe I would have been top 5-ish, but got lucky with Jody and Dougie getting into it late in the race there, so gained a couple more spots, and then tried catching Eric there, but I think I just blew my tires off, and he started pulling away, so I didn't have anything for him. But overall, pretty good race, I thought.
Absolutely. If you're here for the Monster Mile, there was a lot of hard racing, and, for what it was, not a lot of cautions, for the track that it is. Y'all definitely put on a lot of green flag racing, and you definitely made Sonic Graphics Design happy here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all that matters. Get some TV time for him.
Well, they definitely did that. We played them some side by sides. But this week you're at the Monster Mile. Next week you'll be at Atlanta. Tell us how you are feeling. You think you can carry this momentum on into next week?
I'm not sure. Atlanta's just a wild card, really. So who knows what's going to happen there? Just big pack racing. So it might be a little slick though. But overall, I'm gonna just try to keep it clean and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations once again on your second place finish. But right here, right now, you can give all the shout outs that you would like to give because you definitely earned it.
Yeah, shout out to you doing a broadcast for us. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to our sponsors, Sonic Graphic Design, Winning Bid, Diecasts, Auctions, Limelight Photography. Make sure everybody check those out. And yeah, shout out to next week.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and talking with us here up in the booth. And man, we're gonna let you get down there and celebrate. I think you're gonna be in competition with the fastest Beverly. Who is that? That's gonna be. Is that Taylor? No. Damn.
Tyler and Haas.
Yes. Yes, one of them had the fastest Beverly on their in their little SDK, but
Oh jeez.
yes. So, but man, congratulations once again, and we will talk at you later.
Absolutely. See you next week.
All right. All right, tonight, now it is time to bring up our winner and let him talk about his race. He led he's pretty much led every single lap, and he brought home the win here at the Monster Mile. And let's go ahead and bring Mr. Eric up to the booth. Eric. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one.
Hi.
Eric, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we got you now. Well, you led almost every single lap here tonight, and you got the stage win, and you got the win. You started on the podium, you finished on the podium. Man, tell us how you are feeling.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Get a win. I feel like every win I've gotten in this league came down to like luck, so it's kind of nice to actually like dominate a race for once and win. But I wasn't even supposed to race tonight. I was supposed to be out of town, so I'm going out of town tomorrow though instead. So able to race tonight and able to come home with a win.
Well, definitely, if that was all luck was definitely on your side. Instead of Jody taking Danny to the casino, maybe they should stop by and pick you up too.
Right.
But man, what a great run for that 11 Toyota. You definitely earned everything tonight, but you're going into Atlanta next week. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be the old Atlanta or new Atlanta, but how are you feeling about either one of those particular tracks?
I think next week's the new Atlanta, but I would definitely prefer the old Atlanta. But either way, hopefully, I'm going to try to go 2 in a row and get some momentum going, and we have another good race.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we will see that great race once again, as none of these races have disappointed. But congratulations once again on that win. And what comes with those podium finishes and the wins, you can have all the shout outs that you would like to give.
Yeah, first off, shout out to the Beverleys for putting on a great league as always, and the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, Sonic Racing Chassis, and you, of course, for putting on a great broadcast every week, and all the competitors on track. It was a fun race overall.
Well, we appreciate that shout out, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does also. Well, that's going to be all the questions I got for you tonight. Hopefully you can carry that momentum into next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again. But till then, we will catch you next time.
All right, buddy.
All right, thank you. All right, well, that is going to conclude our broadcast for this evening. What a great race it was. The Monster Mile did chew some cars up, but Not very many. Only 2 were out. Everybody else was able to stay out there on the track, get a couple laps in. Even if they were a couple laps down, they were still out there, making those laps. Biggest mover of the race is going to be Mr. Bill Hales. So he will probably bring home that hard charger $5 for this evening's race. But we appreciate everybody that stopped by and spent your evening with us. Hopefully your weekend will be a great one, as my weekend will start here very shortly. But y'all have a great night. God bless, and we will catch y'all next week. Same time, same place, right here on Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. God bless y'all.